Hey, what's going on, everybody? Collision here. Welcome back to the channel. Today, guys, we're going to be breaking down kind of just a mini scheme here on the tight slot open. I'm hoping to have this guide be a little shorter than our kind of extensively long ones. So please stick around. We have a nice little small arsenal of really solid plays here in the spread playbook with tight slot open. Main plays we're going to be breaking down today are going to be PA read. We're going to be breaking down wheel switch, really good play, and as well as Aggie. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. What makes this offense extremely potent, really good, is the fact that we also have our spread doubles, which we just made a guide on as well. So this is a really nice formation to kind of bounce in and out of, just to keep the offense looking fresh, so the opponent has to think a little more and maybe forget some other formational looks. So sorry I said that so weird. I kind of lost my train of thought. Let's get into it, okay? Now, to begin, we're just going to go ahead and get the big bomb plays out of the way. For the big bomb plays, we're going to be doing PA read. What's nice about PA read is this is going to beat cover 3. It's going to beat cover 2. It's going to beat cover 4 drop. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let me go ahead and get my audibles right. Looks like I already have them pretty much set. So I'll just come out here and cover 4 drop. So let's go ahead and begin. And also, guys, I should mention that these are my coaching adjustments as well. We're going to have auto flip off, auto baseline on, option conservative 30, 5, and 25 with match on. So let's go ahead and begin with cover 4 drop. All right, guys, now for cover 4 drop with PA read being the bomb play, all we're going to be doing here is motioning our B fade over to the far side of the field. For this play against cover 4, we're going to want our running back on the short side of the field. Now, you can run this play as is right now, or you can go ahead and put A on a drag. I like having A on a drag, but if you're trying to get a quick snap off, you guys can run that option as well. So here is a pressed cover 4 against this play. And you guys are going to see here, basically this tight end crosser is going to keep that quarter on the right side down. And that was a terrible freeform by me. But you're just going to go ahead and get a freeform going to the sideline with your X receiver. So I'll go ahead and show this one more time against press cover 4. Good. Again, you're just going to motion the fade over. You're going to drag A, and then you're going to go ahead and snap once the receiver gets set like that. I like to cancel play action. It's up to you, though. And then you're just going to want to make sure you freeform this all the way to the right. That way you can just get away from that over-the-top safety. So that is what the look is going to be against cover 4. It's just a motion of the fade, and then you're going to drag. Now, against cover 3... All right, guys, now against a cover 3 drop, all you're going to be doing now is you're going to keep that fade on the short side of the field. You're going to put A on a drag again. You're going to go ahead and post your tight end, and then you're going to put that B fade on a comeback. So this is going to be the play art here. I know we've talked about before how having match on and zone drops can kind of help keep the comeback third over the top, but because we're in this type of tight set, he is going to bite back down because the post is coming from so far away. As you guys will see right here, we can just go ahead and freeform this over the top as well. Wait, did I accidentally flip that? Yeah, I accidentally flipped this on the last play, guys. The post and the drag, post is going to be on the receiver in the slot, and then the drag is going to be on the tight end. Sorry, I completely flipped that. This is going to be your play art. Sorry about that. You're still going to have that same deep post over the top. What's nice about this play as well is even though we don't have any type of pulling route on the far side of the field, I'll go ahead and come back out and cover 3 and press it. This post is still going to be able to get open underneath the outside third. So I'm going to show that to you now. You guys are going to see once he passes the left side vertical hook, you're just going to freeform this down, and the outside third is just going to have... He's just going to gravitate too far upfield, and you're just going to have a wide open post. So just keep this in mind. This is basically like your bailout if the user decides to kind of go over the top with the post, or if they just have another zone over there. We're going to show you guys the post one more time by A, just like this, and I missed it there, but damn, that's tough. But you guys see, even if he has a deep out KO, you're just not going to have to worry about that being a defensive measure for your post. Alrighty, guys, so quickly for cover 2, I'll go ahead and come out here and cover 2 drop. PA read yet again on the short side. I'm going to go ahead and play over the top and then just back off this right side corner. I'll just go back and both off, why not? But basically, guys, you can run this stock. Again, I like having a drag underneath. I know it's cover 2. A vertical hook could play him. I just still think it's worthwhile. Basically, what we're going to be looking for here against cover 2 is going to be the deep fade by B. So we're just going to snap this here. You're going to want to try and stay in the pocket. You don't want to try and roll out too much. But you guys see, if we just freeform this to the outside, majority of the time, that safety is going to play a little further more inside the field where that deep post is. I'll try and just put my tight end on a fade or a streak and do something like this, and you guys will see we're not going to have any problem getting over top that deep half or deep quarter, and we can go ahead and just freeform this up and then to the corner of the end zone. So go run this back one more time. I'll go ahead and just play over the top, back off the corners again. I'll go ahead and spy the D-tackle so I don't get annihilated. But you guys see, I don't want to like do this too much, just because I feel like it's just a simple little fade that we're going to hit. You just want to make sure you have your freeform down and have set feet lead. It's very important for this play. Another way you can do this is you're going to run it on or you're going to run it with your running back to the far side. So I'll just flip it here, and what you guys will have is we'll have this deep post motioned over, and you guys are going to see basically we're just going to hit him instead of the deep fade. Now, if you're afraid that the safety might play the corner, the deep corner, you can put X on a streak instead, and then you guys are going to see we're going to have this B receiver open over the top, basically in the same exact spot. But you know, he's going to get over top that 30-yard zone drop. I know I didn't back off the corner there. I'll go ahead and cut to the corners backed off just so you guys can see that with the 30-yard zone drop, just so you don't have to worry about it. And then I'll go ahead and show it to you guys. So again, I'm just going to go ahead and put X on a streak here. Don't worry about the other routes. We're just talking about bombing cover 2. And you guys see right here, B gets open over the top. Mike Parsons screaming at me. But even if those corners are backed off, these routes are just too deep to where they're just going to, they're not going to be able to cover it. So this is what I like to run to beat cover 2 deep as well. All right, guys, now getting into actual zone coverage beaters, not going super deep, just zone beaters. Let's go ahead and break down cover 3 and cover 4. Now for cover 3 and cover 4, you're going to run Aggie and wheel switch. And to begin, I'm going to want these plays with my running back on the short side. So let's go ahead and begin with wheel switch. All right, cover 4 drop is going to be the call to begin. And guys, for this setup, all we're going to be doing here is putting B on a deep post, but we're going to go ahead and put him on a smart route. We're going to go ahead and motion him out. Once he's motioned out, we're going to go ahead and put our tight end on a drag. We're going to put our running back on an in route, and we're going to put our X receiver on a post. So this is going to be the play art here. As you guys see, once we snap this ball, I should have pressed the coverage. I really should have. But this wheel is going to do a good job getting open underneath the outside quarter. And what's nice is this post has potential to kind of bring him more towards the inside of the field. So I'll go ahead and press the coverage here and show it to you guys again. And again, we're just going to drag our tight end, put our running back on an in route, and post our X receiver. And you guys see here, if we look at A, we get a nice little possession catch there, and it's basically in a position where we're not going to have to worry about the deep out KO. And then, of course, we can work in the middle of the field and the underneath. Obviously, you know, if they're playing coverage where we can just kind of snap throw the flat wheel, that's going to be a great option as well. So if we can do anything like that, obviously he's covered right there. So, you know, the wheel is going to get wide open. And the post is just going to help basically keep the user in the middle of the field. If they're going to be running a Mable or anything like that, there's going to be a lot of stress in the middle of the field where we can kind of hit more underneath. So if they were to do something, let's say like this, where they back off this hard flat, so he plays over the top, and then they go ahead and wheel, and then they put all this stress on them, obviously you're going to be able to hit the underneath very easily, especially with the tight end or the running back, and then just get some easy yards. Also, what's nice about going up against a Mable and something like this is you can put your running back on a little check route instead, and then do this combination. So basically you're going to have a high-low in the middle of the field against the user. So again, if they do a coverage where they go ahead and back off this hard flat so he can play that wheel better, I don't know why he won't back off. Let me go do it manually. And then they play something like this. You guys are going to see, if I put this guy in the middle, read, we're just going to have a simple high-low in the field right here, and then we can just dump it off to the running back and then obviously make a move and try and make the magic happen. So this is going to be really good against cover 4 basically. And then also what's nice is you can have your deep post, or your post rather, open late in the play as well if it wasn't given to you earlier. So we go ahead and see right here, late in the play, you guys see you have your X there as well. So again, the X is kind of more to keep the user in the middle of the field, but it can be an option late in the play as well. And now I'll show this to you guys against cover 3, just so you guys see it has pretty much the same exact effect. I'll go ahead and play, or I'll press here, and then go ahead and do the same exact setup. Against cover 3, I don't really think you need to motion out the B receiver. I think that's kind of just more against cover 4. But you guys see we have the same exact play art. And then just like this, we're going to have the wheel again. And then listen, if they have their zone drop set to default, your drag's going to get open. So if I just do cover 3 here, I protect the sticks, do something like this, you guys are going to see your tight end's going to get wide open on his drag, and you can just hit that instead. Again, here you go. I'll go press the cover 3 again. And then you'll see how the curl flat will kind of go more upfield with the wheel. And then when that happens, you're just going to go ahead and dump it off to the tight end. So, you know, just make sure if the underneath is there, take it. Obviously, if you're going up against somebody who's doing a low zone drop, you're going to have your wheel. If they're playing a default curl flat, that wheel's probably going to get covered at that, you know, 10-yard range. You can just hit your drag underneath. So just a nice little simple cover 3, cover 4 beater. Let's go ahead and go to Aggie. All right, guys, now for Aggie, typically I like to run this with the corner on the short side of the field. So we're going to go ahead and flip and have our running back to the far side. And then for the setup, guys, we're going to put our far side receiver number 1 here on a fade, and we're going to go ahead and motion him over. So basically, we kind of have like a bunch tight end going here. Now we're going to put our tight end on a drag again. Now he's going to be the Y button this time. We're going to put our running back on an N, and then we are going to put our slot receiver on a post or a crosser, okay? Now I say post or crosser because what you're going to see is if they are in like a cover 3, sometimes your crosser can get open upfield as well if the B receiver isn't an option. And then if you want to maybe potentially hit him in the middle of the field, you can do post, but again, it's kind of just used to keep the user at bay. So right now, we are currently in a cover 4. I'll go ahead and press here and show you guys how good Aggie gets open. Go ahead and snap this here, and you guys see this corner is going to get just wide open underneath the deep zone. Very, very sharp cutting corner route. Very, very good. Again, I'll go and show this to you guys against cover 3 now. I don't want to... They're both going to pretty much play the exact same. That's why I don't want to, you know, keep running it over and over again. But the fade on the X receiver is very, very important. I just feel like this does a better job than streaks do, depending on what formation you're running. In this formation, I really like the fade to help pull quarter zones as well. So again, it's just a drag and an N, very simple stuff. Now against cover 3, like I said, I'll do a crosser. Like I said, you can mix it in. It's completely up to you. But against cover 3, I will do a crosser. You guys see here, B is going to get wide open right there as well. But then also late in the play, your crosser is going to get open too. So obviously, I know I should have hit my crosser because he's wide open early in the play. But I just wanted to show you guys how the crosser gets open as well against a cover 3. And then one more time against cover 3 press, I'll go ahead and show you guys the B receiver getting open. Just like so. All right, guys, and before we move to man coverage, I want to go over cover 4 quarters. Now, against cover 4 quarters, we're going to be running PA read with the running back on the short side. Let me go ahead and go to dime here, which has quarters, and I'll just go ahead and turn auto baseline off. I'll do auto flip, and then go ahead and set these guys to default so I don't have to keep resetting the play to get to quarters. All right, guys, so for this setup, all we're going to be doing here is putting our slot receiver on a post or a crosser. I'll go put him on a post here. We're going to go ahead and put our B receiver. You can put your B receiver, you can leave him on that fade just to make sure we can pull the outside quarter on that short side. I'll just go ahead and put him on a comeback. All right, guys, so for PA read against cover 4 quarters, all we're going to be doing here is putting A on a post or a crosser. I'm going to go ahead and put him on a post for this setup. And then B, you can leave him as is, or you can put him on a comeback. I like doing a comeback just so we can make sure we match that defender and pull him under. You guys see, once we snap this against quarters, we're going to go ahead and look for X over the top. Just want to make sure you have your free form locked in. And then you can even put your A on a drag, honestly, if you wanted to. I'll go ahead and show you guys what that looks like here. Or if we do something like this against quarters, you guys are going to see how A gets open late in the play. Okay, right there I got screamed at. Show it to you guys again. Like so. And you guys see just how they match. It's just a nice little dump off underneath. And then I'll show it to you guys with a crossing route on the slot receiver. Like so. So just some options against quarters as well. Basically, the primary read is going to be kind of over the top with that deep bomb with the post. And then, yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at first, just because we can really take advantage of the matching principles. Alrighty, guys, now going up against cover 2 man, wheel switch on the short side of the field is going to be absolutely perfect. I'll go ahead and do this out of dollar just so I don't get absolutely screamed at. But as you guys will see here with wheel switch, this wheel route is going to do absolutely phenomenal at getting past his man coverage defender. So the setup here is going to be motioning your running back to the short side. So we're basically going to motion him out. Going to go ahead and put him on a slant and post the tight end. It's going to look like this so far. And then we're just going to go ahead and double streak X and B. So this is going to be your play out here against cover 2. We're going to be looking at Julio Jones, our A icon receiver, to start. As you guys see, his man assignment defender is going to be Mike Evans. Go ahead and snap this ball. And you guys see with cover 2 and its stock coverage shade, this wheel is going to do no problem getting open over the top. So especially because with cover 2, a lot of guys like to shade under and then outside, this is going to do a phenomenal job as well. So again, you're just going to motion your receiver to the short side of the field, put him on a slant, put your tight end on a post, and then basically we're going to have 2 streaks to pull the deep zones over the top. And you guys see again, A is going to get wide open. Our running back is going to get wide open. I should put Dre Archer in at this on this play just because he's going to do a lot better job getting separation. But your slant's going to get open, and then your tight end post is going to do a great job getting open as well. As you guys will see here with Y right there, that was actually great coverage. I forced that one. Probably should have hit my wheel or my running back, but you guys get it. Slant post combinations are awesome. Do a really good job against man. And yeah, I'll go and show this off one more time. A is an option. RB is absolutely bagged. Actually, the slant post combination was bagged, but sometimes that's just man coverage. So just know you guys are going to have 3 main options on this play. Somebody is going to get open. If not, listen, just take off with your legs, boys. That's it. But really like this play, especially with the wheel by A. I hope you guys do too. Also, guys, one more play I would like to mention is bench switch. This is going to be against cover 3 and cover 4 as well. Sorry, I forgot to mention this. Basically, all we're going to be doing here is this is just a method we can do with the fade and the C route combination against deep zone coverage. We're just going to be using our fade to pull the deep zones, and then we'll do the C route to get underneath them. So again, you can run this play with just an audible C route, or you can just leave the stock one. They both do a really good job. So just wanted to get this out here as well. It's basically just Aggie on the short side, really, when we think about it. So just know you guys can do a combination like this as well. If you want to keep the defender in the middle of the field, you can, again, go with just the simple mesh by the running back and tight end, and then do a post route, and you're not going to have any problems. So I just showed it to you guys against cover 4. Here it is against a cover 3. And then go ahead. Actually, I'll do a baseline press. That's probably what you'll see more of. And yeah, here's your play art. You guys see B gets open to the sideline, gets screamed at by Buckner. But yeah, we'll go ahead and move on here and get to our cover 0. All right, guys. Now going up against man, well, I guess cover 0. We'll go ahead and call spinner here. I'll go ahead and run this out of wheel switch, but you guys may like to do this out of a different play. Actually, I'll come out in Aggie. I'll do Aggie. That'd be fine. Yeah, let's do Aggie. For me, it doesn't really matter just because I'm going to be using a lot of hot route master. But for this play, we're going to go ahead and motion our running back out again, just like we did in cover 2. We're going to go ahead and put him on a slant, put our tight end on a post. That way we can kind of attack the user. And then we can go ahead and put A on a kind of like a crosser or corner. I'll do corner here. And then maybe we just do a little drag underneath here with B. Kind of just, I do a lot of freestyling against cover 0. So basically I like to have multiple man beating routes, and then I just base it off of that. Whereas we see right here, if we just go ahead and freeform this with the corner route, we're going to get wide open. And what's nice about this as well is if they do elect to press here, we're still going to have like our safeties over the top playing off coverage, and we can really use that to our advantage. Where if I go ahead and come out in the same play here and I see that Julius Peppers is playing off, I can go ahead and run a corner route and do something like this where I just know my man coverage is going to beat him because he's playing off. So I can do something like this in free form. And you guys are going to see, I don't know why Julio stepped back, but it's going to be there. So you guys see what I'm talking about. And, like I said, you can really do a lot of freestyling. If I wanted to put Tony Gonzalez on like a block and release drag, I can do something like this, and then maybe just run a post with my running back. If I had Dre Archers, probably would be a little better. But you guys see what I mean. That way we can kind of have a little more time and then just dump off to the tight end. If that's the case, you might want to get the mesh away from it just because it could influence the user to play the middle of the field. So, putting your running back on something like a post or a crosser would kind of keep the user up high. And then you guys can do something like that where, the user's going to be away from the drag position. And then you can just dump this off, late. And then, potentially have some blockers. So, with cover 0, I know I say it in like all of my videos. It's just basically running man beating principles and then just seeing what the defense is giving and what it's taking away. You also have an RPO in here as well, so just know you can kind of use that to your advantage potentially. But you know, just basically work with your motions and you know who can and cannot get pressed by the CPU, like the tight end, things like that. Going to help you out a lot. And you know, if you want to put your running back on a wheel and then motion him out and then maybe block the tight end, you could have something like this. So, you know, just kind of try to work with what you got. Right there, I get absolutely hummed at, but you know what I mean. Listen, cover zero can be problematic, but it can certainly also always be beat. So, you know, don't freak out too much about it. You guys are going to be okay. Just run your man-beating concepts like slant post, things like this, and you're going to be okay. You're going to be all right. I promise you, you're going to be okay. Aggie does a great job, especially with a free form. And what's nice about man coverage is not a lot of guys are doing man coverage abilities on defense, so they're not going to be able to break it up. So if you guys have the inside leverage, you're going to be okay. So just go throw some hot ones, man. Let them hang. Let them hang. Bro, I don't know why Julio Jones is broken on this route. You guys see he like stops in the middle of the field. I'm done with this man coverage. All right, guys, and then finally, before we wrap this up, we're going to be covering just the RPO. I'm going to make this pretty quick. And honestly, because we're here, I'll go ahead and show you guys how to block the A gap. If you guys are still struggling against it, just don't know how to do it. So let's go ahead and begin. I'll go ahead and talk about the A gap first. I'll come out the RPO, but I'll audible to passing play. To set up the blitz, guys, all you're going to do is just press your defense. You're going to go ahead and pinch your D line and back off the right side slot DB. And then if this linebacker's hovering, you can just tap him and then turn off and he will hover, or you can just pinch your linebackers. We're going to play over the top, and then we are going to put this safety here in a deep half, or we're going to put him in a vertical hook. It's completely up to you. I like to put him in a deep half. If I want a vertical hook, I'll typically put the A-gap blitzer. But just so you guys see how this works, I'll go ahead and just call Aggie and then show you guys how this A-gap comes through. Just hover, peel off, and then right there, of course, because I'm breaking down how to do it, of course it's going to get picked up. But that is how you send it. To block it, it's super easy. You're just going to slide right and then ID the nose tackle. So it's literally just this combination. I slide right and then ID and you're done. And then that's going to pick it up. So basically, I just wanted to let you guys know how to set it up. Now, this is the RPO against this blitz, just so you guys can see. Very, very good. Very nice. Very easy. You're just going to go ahead and dump this off to the flat, and then you guys, have some room to work with. Obviously, this is if they are, not seeing, or they haven't seen it yet. Obviously, they can make adjustments and counter this, but still, it's pretty solid. This is what it looks like against cover 4. Go grab my other controller. I'll just do a cover 4 press with the crash down and blitz user, and then this is what the RPO looks like. Just like that. So it's just a little nice something to mix in. If you guys want to just simply run the ball with it, it's also nice to have, just because the read and react won't count on defense. So just keep that in mind. It's just another play. This is a very small formation with only a handful of plays. So basically knowing what we can utilize is going to be important, especially if you like this set. So hope you guys enjoyed. Peace.